season so far. It's been a trial. Out of 10, probably about a 6. You know, I've had a lot of breakdowns at different tracks. We've had a bit of a trail of breaking rockers in the valve gear, so that's really been a handicap. We've finally found out the cause, you know, just age, and they've been fatiguing. So that's been the prime cause. So the next thing is to replace them, but it's going to be 12 weeks before we can get them from the States. So that'll be next season at this stage. My driving's definitely improved with you know, more seat time in the car. We've made a few changes early in the season and experimented with the suspension, and that's definitely helped. But I think my driving and being tuned in with the car has made the biggest difference. So I've done some good lap times and a few good results, but the breakdowns have sort of been the letdown.
We're probably at about 9 this season. You know, had a couple of little misadventures and engine failure in the first round. So we've got a new Hendrick Motorsport motor sitting in there now from Bobby Gernhardt in America. So it's gives us a lot more horsepower. It's quite hard to drive. It's all a very top-end engine. But no, we're going better, and we're fine-tuning the car. Everything's adjustable, so we're getting better and better every time we go out. Just slowly knocking off those lap times. Got an in-car of 11.5 yesterday around the track, which is as good as what Bargwana got it down to when he drove it last year, so I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, upwards and onwards, I'd say. I think next season we're going to be right on them. We're just trying to get it to hook up out of the corners better. I've got it turning in as good as anybody now, and the brakes we've got really good now as well. So had a few issues with those yesterday. They're getting pretty orange, as a lot of people saw, but we've done a bit more ducting, and it seems to be working.
When we came here, we went to South Island, and I was running 5th at the end of the South Island round, so I wasn't going to come back up north if I wasn't 5th. So I said if I was 5th, I'd come back. So I was 5th equal with Bruce Anderson, so I mean to say we had to come back up. So it was a long drive. Kaikoura shut, of course, so we're 12 hours to get up here. So it's been a long weekend, but I got a first yesterday, so it's been worth it. The engine's done 2.5 seasons now, so we'll freshen it up this off-season, so, and try and get a bit more horsepower, obviously.
I think we're probably punching above our weight a little bit. We were hoping to be in the top 10, so to be fighting for 3rd, I think is pretty good. The hairpin's a bit of a problem. We just don't have turn in there. So, but apart from that, yeah, it's pretty good.
Honestly, I'd probably have to say a 7. South Island was a bit of a botch for me. Broke a couple of valve springs, broke the steering. I don't think there's anything I didn't break actually. We've tinkered with the car a lot, made a lot of changes, and what we've done is we've learnt the hard way. So we've gone back to basics, and we've tuned the car up to where it used to be. Yeah, everybody plays with their car and thinks, oh, we can do this and go faster or that. That car's doing this, so we changed the spring rate in it, and we just ended up going backwards. What I'm going to do is, when Grant Dalton's in bed at night, I'm going to go to his factory and take the engine out of his car and transplant it into this car, and then you won't see me.
Oh, it's been my best season, I think. It hasn't finished yet, 1 race to go. No, it's gone really well. I mean, this year I had a really good crew with Brendan and Jacko and Spongy and Daniel. So, I mean, you know, honestly, we've had a really good time. And the season, you can't just rate by how does it go in terms of the car or your inability as a driver, but just as the people and the atmosphere. And wow, the class is going from strength to strength. I just read in the latest NZV8 that they say it's the best class in the country at the moment, and I know I'm not in any other classes. It'd be a good class that was better, and it's growing, and motorsport's always a good sign. So all in all, bloody brilliant.
We've broken a gearbox, and that was not expected. It was a fully serviced gearbox and should have been okay. Constant mesh gears let go, but that's what you get. You put a lot of horsepower in, sometimes it doesn't come out the other end. So again, just a small thing, enough to stop you. The car's come up to pretty close to a 9, and the driver might have got to 7.5, 8. So we have made some significant improvements, and it's a nice car to drive. Always has been. This year, just a little bit special in the groove. Great under brakes. Love to see those young fellas falling behind when I'm under brakes. Yeah, this is good stuff.
Well, pretty much the whole spectrum. We've had 1s and we've had 10s. We had a couple of minuses actually too. Yeah, had a couple too many dings with the boys, which is unfortunate. Don't like getting involved in that kind of stuff, but hey, it's a learning season, getting to know the ropes with these boys, how they run, where they go on the track. So I've pretty much got it sorted now, I hope. So yeah, no, I've had a great season on and off. We did get stood down for one meeting for being two hits in one meeting and you're out. So yeah, it's just a thing with the club to try and quell all that contact. So they're doing the best they can. You know, shit still does happen, especially when these old girls are bloody fast. And you know, we're out there trying our best. But you know, at the end of the day, we come back to the pits, we tell a few lies, have a beer. It's great, loving it. And you know, 800 horsepower, woo, grouse, come in shaking. For anybody to be happy with a car out of the box, I mean, there's no computer-aided design. It's just sort of an old school. This should be here and move that there and weld that up, and it's working pretty good. I'm sure there's a bit more there, but hey, it's pretty close. And you know, I'm waiting next year for John Midgley and Nicky Ross and a few of the other guys to come into the class to keep me and Dino honest. So it's going to be epic.
6. Had a bit of a mixed bag. New car this season. Had a few mechanical issues, but it's sort of ending on a bit of a high for us. We had a win yesterday, which was great, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to next season for sure. Bring it on. The trip south was probably a highlight for the club, myself personally. Great people, and just great people in our own club as well. NZ Central Muscle Cars, just awesome bunch of people.
We started in an evil pack and couldn't get traction, spat out the back. No problem though, just had to bring it home in one piece. That's 3 years in a row. So we're all happy with that, and here we go.
What did I hear there? 3 years in a row?
3 years in a row, brother.
How many times have I actually given that to you, though, Steve?
Well,
hang on, let me count. Gear 1. Yeah, gearbox. I'll put the car on the trailer. No, Steve. Borrow my gearbox. If it doesn't fit, no, hang on. I'll take the one out of my car. I'll put my spare into my car. Here, take my gearbox. We'll spend 5 hours putting it together for you. We'll put it back in your car. Good word, Stevie. But hang on, year 2. year 2. What happened? Oh, year 2. Oh, wheel bearing stuffed. Stuff and put the car on the trailer. Please. Let's help Stevie out here. Colours wheel bearing on, pulling you on. There you go, Stevie. Championship number 2. This year, what happens? Oh, hang on, gearbox at Ruapuna. Stevie, what happened? Oh, my gearbox shit itself. You got a spare gearbox, Brucey? Yeah, of course I have, Stevie. Here you go. Hey mate, congratulations. 3 years in a row.
No, and without the fella, in all honesty, hey, that's what Central Muscle Cars is about. And we do help each other out. We have a bit of banter. It's a love-hate relationship, but you know what? It's more love than hate.
It is the best racing in the country.
It's been a pretty challenging season. We lost 50 points at the beginning of the season, so it's been a long fight back. The old Malzell panel and paint Falcon just went like a dream. It hasn't let me down in 4 seasons, so I think that's a record that stands. It hasn't had a DNF for 4 seasons, so that's a pretty good one to beat. And it's been a very unusual season. We've only had one race win all season, and I think 1 or 2 round win race we've run the rounds. But we've just been there, second, third, accumulating points, finishing, and that's what it takes to win this class. And this is a great class. You know, if you've got a really good, reliable car and you stay out of trouble on the reverse grids, you've got a chance of winning it.